Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. My name is Joseph James. It's November 1st, 2010. Here's your live trading recap brought to you by SchoolOfTrade.com and SidewaysMarkets.com. Now boy, October was the biggest month of the year. And I think I said something about, the beginning of September, that the fall was going to be the best time to be a trader, guys, and I haven't let you guys down. We had a great month of September. Huge month of October, right? Biggest month of the year. And guys, we're right back in the saddle this morning, November 1st. Now we get a Thanksgiving holiday at the end of this month. All right, guys, that's pretty much all we have to worry about. So we're going to work hard, and we're going to plan on eating all that turkey on Thanksgiving at the end of this month after making all this money here in the month of November. All right, so big month of October, right? Record-breaking month of October. And as promised, right, we're going to keep seeing these big winning days here every single day. So come out and join us as a guest tomorrow. Right? As a guest, we'll give you 3 weeks of a free trial. Or as a member, as a lifetime advanced member, you'll get charts, data, and of course, lifetime access to our live trade room so you can come in and learn while you earn right along with us every day. Now, I want to remind you guys, if you're on the blog right now, there's a couple key components on the blog. Now, we just added a brand new section right above my head here, right? Right above my cabeza here, you'll see a section called Beginner's Corner, right? Upper right-hand corner, right here, right? The Beginner's Corner. We recorded that beginner's training last week, and we posted the beginner's training questions underneath the beginner's corner. Right now, just to the left of that, right over here, you'll see, of course, trade room resources and then webinars. Right, so really important, 3 different parts of our blog up top. You get the beginner's corner, lots of beginners type questions there. You've got trade room resources that will give you all the answers to frequently asked questions if you're a guest in our trade room. And then webinars, right, just above me as well. We record all the webinars and we post those webinars under the tutorials and live webinars section. Don't forget, you can also search the blog. We've got live support, and you can also click on the YouTube link to take you to our YouTube page. Now, we've got thousands of videos on the YouTube page, guys. There's more videos on the YouTube page about day trading than there are on our blog. So check out the YouTube page. And then don't forget, guys, if you want to get all the updates to this blog, every new article, every new trade call, every new video that's posted, you have 2 options. The first one is to follow the blog. That way you get all the updates in your email box. The second option is to make sure you join our newsletter. Now, our newsletter, right below that box there to follow it, you'll see a newsletter page. Sign up. Sign up for the newsletter on our homepage, SchoolOfTrade.com, or on the blog, SidewaysMarkets.com. But make sure you guys have the newsletter or follow the blog. That way you always know whenever we're putting new stuff out there for you. All right, guys, how about you today? 2, 4, 6, 8 total trades. Took that 1 loss on crude. Not a big deal, right? We're going to take losses if we're trading the right way. We're going to be bound to take some loss every once in a while. I will gladly take that 1 loss for 16 ticks and trade it for the 50 tick winner before it and the 60 tick winner afterwards, right? So I'll gladly take some losses if it means I can make 177 ticks every day. We traded gold and crude. The Russell was pretty much flat until about 1045, and all of a sudden the bottom dropped out of it. Now, we knew better than to miss that trade in the Russell. There was actually a really easy trade in the Russell that I missed this morning. We were right at the highs of the wedge, and of course, we should have sold those highs in the wedge at about 10 o'clock, but I wasn't watching it. I was busy trading gold and crude at that time, but it really confirms for us today, though. We saw a couple patterns in the Euro, a couple patterns in the Russell, right, the gold and the crude. We can pretty much trade any market, guys, that moves. It doesn't really matter to me what I trade. I want to make sure I'm trading whatever's moving the most. And we saw gold and crude moving the most this morning. That's exactly what we traded there. As you can see, 4, 6 on crude, right? 2 on gold, 1 loss on the crude, 177 ticks. That means 170, right? Or 1770 for the weekly total today. That brings our monthly total to 1770. And with that big monster, right, that big monster month of October, we're now at 185,000, almost 186,000, guys, for the year so far. Right? What an incredible year it's been. And we've still got, my goal now, give or take, is over 200,000 for the year. Right? We should easily be able to make at least 15,000 this month. All right, and then the half month of December. Remember, guys, after the 15th of December, things will start slowing down a little bit into the first week of the new year. So we've at least got another $15,000 to $30,000 ready to make right now, guys, until we end up taking the break for the holiday season at the end of December. All right, guys, so lots of stuff coming up, lots of opportunity. If you guys want more info, you know where to reach us, right? Ask for a free trial or come join us as part of our Lifetime Advanced Membership, and you guys will get all the great benefits and a lifetime trade room access. Now, what's the most important thing that happened today? right? Monday morning, the day before Super Tuesday election. So we had a couple things that were happening this morning. First of all, right, I'm still hungover this morning from all those Snickers bars I ate last night with all the trick-or-treaters. Okay, so while I'm trying to get over this candy hangover from Halloween last night, and a lot of traders, I'm sure, had their kids out trick-or-treating, right? Monday morning is always expected to be a little bit slower. Okay, obviously, guys, the same reason why you and I want to sleep in the morning is the same reason why, right, the head trader for a major hedge fund wants to as well. Then you throw in the fact that as kids, of course, were trick-or-treating all night last night, right? So no sleep. Today we're expecting this morning to be a little bit of a slow morning. Okay, then we also knew that tomorrow is the big Super Tuesday election. So we've got the holiday on Sunday, right? Everyone's kind of trying to wake up this morning after that holiday late night on Sunday night. We've got election tomorrow, so I'm sure a lot of people were probably not even planning on doing much today. But then all of a sudden, right, all of a sudden at 8:35, we hear news out of Saudi Arabia. The oil minister confirms increasing demand, right? Basically what they said was that they anticipated demand to continue to increase by 40% per year over the next 10 years. And they saw the current range of price from about 83, 84, right, down to about 81, 82. They noted that the current range of price would be the more comfortable range to get used to. So the oil minister, right, out of Saudi Arabia giving us a little bit of a tease, right, saying expect demand to go up, but expect it to stay right about where we are right now. So what happened? When somebody says expect demand go up, all of a sudden crude jumps. So at 8:35, right, crude begins to jump. Now at that time, we didn't know what was coming our way. We had no idea, right, the severity of this move. And so crude rockets up, and like always, whenever we see a big pop, I'm expecting a big drop, so I sold the highs on the crude. Now, what happened at that first trade is what ultimately made us the money the rest of the morning this morning. Okay, we'll talk about that more in a second. But our first trade of the day here on crude confirmed the buyers were not going to go without a fight. And that told me to to take my profit on the short trade by selling those highs. I then got back in for the long trade, right, and kept pushing new highs, and that's where we made the most amount of money today. Okay, so crude jumped up on that news out of Saudi Arabia. I then sold those highs, but what I saw from the market after selling those highs is what gave me the confidence to get out of that short trade, cover my short, and then look for the breakout alongside again. That's where we made our money this morning. Now gold also had a similar situation. At about 10 o'clock, we finally saw the dollar index break new highs. When the dollar broke new highs, gold broke new lows. I sold the breakout and then also sold the retracement for the wave pattern. All right, guys, so we had two trades on gold. Didn't go very far. We'll take a look at it in a second. The biggest winners, though, were on crude, and it all began here, guys, with that dollar this morning. All right, guys, I don't care what I'm trading. I always begin every morning with my dollar. Now, what do we see in this dollar? Well, of course, first of all, let's focus on the immediate trading range. Right, there's my trading range right there. Right there. There's my high. There's my low. And so now let's compare this trading range to what we saw in previous days, right? What do we see? We saw an inside day, right? We were trading inside of the range from Friday. We hadn't quite broken new lows. We hadn't broken new highs up top here. We're inside the range from last Friday. We also notice, look at how narrow that range is, right? At a very narrow range. You can see we had these big wide ranges on Friday, and a very narrow range here on Monday. So a very narrow trading range. We checked the speed. The speed was slow, right? And of course, it was going sideways. All right? So the speed, meaning the pace of tape indicator, was showing very slow speed. Now, we also knew that if we broke below this level at 76,910, that's when the party was going to start, because you can see here we have this head and shoulders, right? Pretty easy to see up top there, but there's your head and shoulders pattern.